I'm Pete Krupski along with Andy Weidenbach. And Andy, we've seen in some ways two different hockey games. Southgate had a 3-0 lead, but then the Blue Devils came back with some power plays to make this a one-goal hockey game.
Well, I'm sure Frank DeCristofaro told his boys not to take any dumb penalties and be patient and just play the last 15 minutes very conservative and let the clock run out, and they should be in good shape.
We're going to see the goal there by number 9. That's right, and that makes it 3-0 Southgate at the 6:14 mark of the second period.
Somebody's got to get Wright out of there. That's Wright was left standing there, and he banged away at it, and he eventually got it in the short side.
Grosse Pointe South's going to come back on a strange goal by Olmstead. Picks up the loose puck right there.
There's not much Nagy can do on that one. You see he's caught back in the net, and from the camera angle we're looking at, you can see a lot of the net on the long side, and he made no mistake. Olmstead just buried it.
That made it 3-1 at the 7:32 mark, and then it was number 9, Wawrzyk, the sophomore, is going to make it a 3-2 hockey game, and Wright makes a good pass here. And then the tip in by Wawrzyk. We couldn't tell who made the second assist, but Wright set it up originally, Andy.
Yeah, it was a great play out of the corner, up to the point. Wawrzyk did a great job to keep his concentration and stay with that play.
Teams are skating at full strength as we start the third period. Grosse Pointe South skating from your right to your left in the white uniforms. And now it's Peter Burke, the defenseman, pinching in. Moving in offensively, checked on the play. Matthews ahead for Patterson. It's 2-on-1. Patterson and Hayes. Hayes in front of shot. Hit the goal post. Oh, it hit the goal post again. And it's at least 3 times tonight the Titans have rang one off the chimes. And the game stays 3-2.
Well, you can see that Grosse Pointe South coach, Tim Zimmerman, definitely is going for the win. Quinn pinched in on that one. Southgate was able to clear the zone and got a 2-on-1.
And Hayes rang one off the chimes. So it stays 3-2. We've played 20 seconds of the third period.
Quinn gets that puck in. Grosse Pointe's in good position to score a goal. If Quinn can't keep it in, then you see what happens. It's a turnover, and it's a 2-on-1.
Face off in the Blue Devil zone. Crowley goes for the puck. Quinn beat him there. Now Quinn deep in his own zone. Plays it up on the boards. Plays it ahead for Olmstead. Olmstead got Wawrzyk up with him. Over the line. Olmstead dumps it into Southgate territory. Amagoni up for Crowley. Left wing boards. And the puck slides to center ice. Quinn dumps it back in. Chasing it is Olmstead. Zimmerman gets there first for Southgate Anderson. Played it up ahead for Crowley. Golfed it to center ice. Now it's all playing it actually into the Southgate bench, and we'll get a stoppage in play.
I'm anxious to see if Grosse Pointe is going to be pinching, their D are going to be pinching in this entire period here, Pete.
And what do you think Frank DeCristofaro is trying to do with his team?
Well, I think Frank's got to keep it in deep. If he can keep it in deep and make sure he keeps one guy back. There's Skip Howie in the crowd scouting, doing a little scouting.
Cool as always. He'll say, hey, it doesn't mean anything, but I know deep inside he wants to beat Southgate real bad, and they want to go to Flint. He's a class act, Skip Howie.
Skip Howie's a great coach.
No doubt about it. Now Clark met at the Grosse Pointe South blue line by All. Stick was lost on the play. Now Tucker chases it back behind his net. Tucker up on the boards for Rojas. Now McCracken ahead for Morale. He's bodied on the play by Landis in the Southgate zone. Now Clark along the left wing boards, clears it ahead for Clevenger. Clevenger lost it at the Southgate blue line to David All. Now following off on the play is Patty, and an obvious offside on the play, and it will be called on a face-off outside the Grosse Pointe South blue line.
Grosse Pointe didn't pinch in that time. I was pretty surprised. I thought All might have pinched in, but he didn't. He elected to get out and play it safe.
13:21 left in regulation. 3-2 Southgate Anderson. If we're tied after regulation, we'll go 10-minute overtimes until this thing is finished. Sudden death or sudden victory, depending on how you look at it. There you see Tim Zimmerman feeling a little better about things after being down 3-0. Kiscall won the draw at neutral ice, drew it back to Quinn, played it up the left wing boards for defense partner Peter Burke. Burke plays it off the boards into Southgate territory. Pappas back of the net for Kiscall. Now he'll play it behind the net for Crane. Crane hit by Zimmerman. Now Kiscall for Crane, walks in front, and a great save by Nagy. Great save by Nagy on Crane. Now Burke keeps it in left point, bodying there with Hayes. Crane's got it, took a shot, right on, the save by Nagy. Crane working for the puck, a shot by Kiscall, saved by Nagy. Crane's got the puck. Crane will not be denied. For Pappas, a shot, hit the side of the net. Pappas knocked down by Zimmerman. Now Patterson ahead for Hayes, and Patterson's got it at center ice. Long shot, kicked out of play by Nesler, or is it out of play? They have to keep playing the puck. Now Hayes chases it behind the net, centers for Matthews, and a great save by Nesler. Zimmerman a shot, deflected wide by Hayes. Here's Matthews a shot. It went wide from the left wing. Zimmerman, right point, bodied by Crane. And now here's Crane coming back. Checked on the play by Landis. No call on the, maybe a trip, but no call on that one. All dumps it back into Titan territory. The Blue Devils tired. Here's Hayes coming back, a long shot, and the save by Nesler. And a good play by Kevin Nesler, his team trying to get the line change, and now they'll get it on the face-off.
Some great goaltending by Rich Nagy down there on Crane. Crane's got good hands. He comes out of the corner with the puck, and he does a great job to get himself in position for the shot. He's got Nagy moving right to left, and Nagy shuts him down.
Crane, a big sophomore, and Tim Zimmerman told me he stepped right in and did a great job, as we see Nesler with some action there in front of him. Now play back underway, and we're going to get a stoppage in play. And what does Mike McComb see?
Offsides, I believe.
Okay, no penalties at this point. That would be crucial for either side. Face-off just outside the Southgate, or the Grosse Pointe South blue line. It's Gehring, Wright, and Crowley out there for the Titans. We'll take a look at some of the action around Rich Nagy.
Great save by Nagy on Crane, I believe.
Now here comes Tucker back for the Blue Devils. Smooth skating defenseman lost his edge, fell down in the Titan zone. The puck cleared to center ice. Now it goes into Grosse Pointe South territory. Auld is battered on the play by number 22, Ron Gehring. Now Tucker picks it up ahead for Wawrzyk. He lost it to Wright, threw it back to Landis. The Southgate defenseman up for Gehring. Gehring for Crowley, pass ahead for Wright. He was checked by Auld. Now Patty cleared it back into the Blue Devil zone. Wawrzyk can't play it off the boards, goes to the Southgate blue line. Landis ahead for Crowley. Crowley got knocked off the play by McCracken, dumped it into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Sage ran his man in, Tucker. Sage back on the point for Landis. Landis faked the shot. It was knocked down by Wawrzyk. They continue to battle for the puck, and Wawrzyk, second effort, clears it to center ice. Landis back at his own blue line. Pass intercepted by Wawrzyk. Wawrzyk by himself, knocked down on the play. Now the puck cleared down, and Clark clears it to the Blue Devil blue line. Now it's Patty dumping it into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Break to Cristofero, screaming at the top of his lungs. Now they play it behind the net. This is Burke for Grosse Pointe South. Up for Rojas, and he clears it to the Southgate blue line. Patty, pass intercepted by Rojas. Rojas checked at the Southgate blue line by Landis. Clevenger, body in neutral ice, and now it's Morale dumping it into the Southgate zone. Patty plays it off the boards for Matthews. He's hit by Rojas. Now Clevenger tries his luck. Skates it dangerous in front of his net, but gains center ice. Left wing for Matthews. Got Hayes breaking for the slot. Hits the goal post. And a great save by Nesler as the Titans came close there. And how did Nesler keep that one out, Andy? Great save.
Another great save by Nesler. Hits the pipe, the rebound comes out. Nesler gets the stick out there and keeps that puck from going in the net. You'll see it here. Nesler tries for the poke check. Now you'll see the stick come out. He turns that stick up. Oh, he gets it with his glove.
And Nesler will be taking those pipes to bed with him tonight, no doubt about it.
Goaltender's best friend.
Absolutely. He's talking to those babies tonight. It's 3-2 Southgate. Now Matthews centers it in front for Patterson. And a shoulder save by Nesler. Now Nesler dives out, will grab the loose puck.
Good play by Nesler.
Absolutely. He'll get a face-off and slow things down. 9:25 left in regulation. Frank DeCristofaro likes the momentum change, Andy.
This is a great release by Nagy, or by Patterson, rather. Tries to go upstairs with it. Nesler's there to knock it down.
Face-off in the Grosse Pointe South zone. His call, Don Patterson. They battle for it right in the face-off dot. And Pappas comes out with it for the Blue Devils. Pappas and Crane. They'll chase it into the Southgate zone. Nagy out of the net to play it up the boards for Chuck Matthews. Center ice pass, knocked down by Tucker. Now Crane, bodied on the play, has the puck, took a shot. The rebound, and Nagy cleared it away. Crane out of the way, out of the corner. The shot knocked down in front. Crane in front, but Zimmerman knocked down the clearing pass, and the puck shot down the ice. Icing waved off. Tucker plays it away from Hayes. And now Auld has it for the Blue Devils. Up for Wawerzek. Wawerzek at center. Checked on the play by Zimmerman. Picked up by Kiskall. And he dumps it down the ice. Grosse Pointe South on a line change. Now picked up by Wright. Centers it in front. Olmsted a shot. Saved by Nagy with Wawerzek floating in front, looking for the rebound. None comes. And we'll get a stoppage of play.
We've got some great end-to-end action now, Pete.
And some editorial comments we hope you didn't hear.
Nagy made another great save.
This Crane is we'll take a look at Crane, I believe, and he's been impressive tonight.
He's got great hands. There's a shot by Crane, a rebound. Tipped again. Crane gets the rebound, comes out on his backhand, I believe. They didn't show it, and Nagy shuts him down again. This Brian Crane has great hands.
3-2 hockey game. We've got 8:28 left in regulation. Face-off in Southgate territory, won by the Titans. Now Landis for Southgate, tries to get it out. Wright kept it in. Wawerzek gave it to Landis, and now the Titans break it out with Wright. Wright checked at the Grosse Pointe South blue line by Burke. Now Burke in his own zone, up for Wawerzek. Wawerzek with a bouncing puck, lost it. Now Wright was checked by Wawerzek, who clears it to center ice. Patty for Southgate, clears it back into the Blue Devil territory. Wawerzek couldn't get it out, a shot right on by Gehring, saved by Nesler. Now Olmsted can't get it out, picked up by Burke, and he coolly clears it to center ice. Wawerzek over the line with Wright, long shot, stick save by Nagy. Crowley up the boards, pass didn't click, picked up by Burke. Burke dumps it back into the Southgate zone. Blue Devils on a line change. 7:30 left in the third period. Now it's Kiskall, dumping it along the boards. Clark knocked down for Southgate. Landis will play it up the boards. Kept in by Tucker, left point. Tucker being checked by Wright, who clears it down the ice. And now the Titans will go on a line change as we'll get an icing on the call.
Tucker read that play pretty well to come in and knock that puck down. They were able to just work it on by him, but he made a good play to hold the blue line.
There we see David Auld, one of the young defensemen for Grosse Pointe South. He'll be back along with all of the current Grosse Pointe South defensemen, and that is always a good sign at any level. David Auld will be back with all of these defensemen, people like Steve Tucker and Peter Burke and others.
Looks like we got a little razzle-dazzle here on the line changes.
Puck is dropped, play underway. Here's Hayes for Southgate. Left wing pass for Matthews. Got Patterson with him over the line. Matthews holds it up left wing. Back for Prado, left point. Plays it off the board. Intercepted by Pappas. Pappas and Crane. And Pappas overskated the puck. Oh my. Now Southgate comes back with Hayes, just dumping it into the Blue Devil zone. Will play it off the boards down the ice. Nagy Patty will play it ahead for Zimmerman. Eric Zimmerman at center for Southgate. Long shot went wide of the net. Chasing it is Matthews, and he'll play it into the netting, out of play, and we'll get a face-off on the stoppage and play with 6:34 left in regulation. 3-2 Southgate Anderson.
Grosse Pointe South can get this puck in deep. This Brian Crane can be dangerous.
I tell you, they were down 3-0, and maybe a lot of fans thought it was over with, but Grosse Pointe South, a lot of grittiness. They've come back and made this a whale of a hockey game. It's 3-2 Southgate, 6:33 left in regulation. Now Eric Zimmerman chases it in his own blue line. Zimmerman and Prado out there for Southgate on defense. Now Prado plays it back in his own zone. Up the boards for Witt. Can't get it out right, kept it in for the Blue Devils. Now Prado plays it up the right wing boards for Clevenger. Keeping it in is Warberzek for the Blue Devils. Lost the puck to Zimmerman. Now Zimmerman tries again with Witt. Witt checked on the play, but second effort, he'll get it to center ice. Here's Witt down the boards, dumping it into the Grosse Pointe South zone. Peter Burke skates it behind his net, fell down. Now it was cleared away by All as it was Caldwell trying to make a play. Now Wright centers it for Witt, lost it in his skates, and Olmstead cleared it down the ice. Warberzek got a race with Zimmerman. That's a weak shot on, and the save made by Nagy as Zimmerman and Warberzek went crashing into the corner. Pitching in was McCracken, but it's cleared by Southgate. Witt from neutral ice, long shot, and saved by Nesler. 5:20 left in regulation. Rojas for Grosse Pointe South took a big hit from Patterson. McCracken checked in the Southgate zone. Now it's O'Reilly chasing it into the tight zone. Patty will get there first. Rojas tries to keep it in, but Patterson breaks it out for Witt. Paul Witt down the ice, long shot, knocked down by All. Teams are tired at this point. Now Rojas on for a long time. Will try to go to the bench. Now Hayes in his own zone. Down the ice with Patterson. Hayes goes wide left wing, comes in, and lost control of the puck. And he crashes into Nesler, and play is whistled down.
Hayes almost got in on that one. He was cutting in hard. It looked like his feet just lost an edge. His feet.
Here we'll see it, and Grosse Pointe South is definitely tired here.
This is a good play by Hayes. He's really driving hard for the net. Looks like he's outstretched just a little too far. He loses an edge and goes into Nesler there. Good play by Hayes.
Time winding down, 4:38 left in regulation, 3-2 Southgate. There's been no scoring here in the third period. Stay tuned after the game. Andy and I will have the Taylor Trophies star of the game. Of course, we'll pick 3 stars, and the first star will be the Taylor Trophies star of the game. Of course, we thank Taylor Trophies for that.
What do we got going here?
I think Tim Zimmerman is asking about a penalty call, perhaps. None is coming. There you see the Taylor Trophies and Sporting Goods 3 stars of the game. As I said, we will be picking those after the game. Now a shot off the face-off by Crowley and the save by Nesler. So we'll have another face-off in the Grosse Pointe South zone. Pete Krupski along with Andy Weidenbach. We've had a ball bringing this one to you from the Yak Arena. Kiskalt on the draw in his own zone. He's a good defensive centerman. He takes a lot of draws in his own zone.
Kiskalt's really good on the face-off. Let's see how he does here. He wins another one.
Won another one, got it to All. And All couldn't get it out. Crowley kept it in. And Zimmerman, Tim Zimmerman, is beside himself because they couldn't get it out. Now Patty a shot and a save by Nesler. Centered in front, and All will clear it now.
Great
ahead
pass.
for Crane. Crane and Kiskalt over the line, 2-on-2. Crane, met by Landis, drifts to the left wing. Now it's up for Crowley. Crowley down the ice. All trying to check him. Got a backhand shot. And the save by Nesler as Crowley goes crashing into the net. Good save by Nesler. He knew Crowley was coming after him.
Crowley really showed his size and strength on that one. He really held off. Quinn really well on that play, and he was driving the net hard.
Let's take a look at this as Crowley will break it out, go down the ice away from us, and now coming right at our living room.
And he powers his way right in here. And Nessler kicks the puck wide as the goal is moved off the moorings.
4:03 left in regulation. There you see the score, 3-2 Southgate over Grosse Pointe South. The winner of this game will play Wyandotte Roosevelt later on in this tournament. The winner of that game, we hope, will play Trenton in the regional final. That's at Yak Arena, and you can catch that game, if it happens, right here on TV3 Sports. Now Prado, right point, golfed a high shot, looked like one of my 9-irons, floated into the corner. Now the Devils will clear it down to the Southgate blue line, picked up by Wawerczak, coming in, and Nagy came up with a good save on Wawerczak. The puck goes into the corner, Wawerczak is on top of it, and we'll get the stoppage of play. Great save by Nagy.
Great hustle by Wawerczak. That's 2 shifts in a row. Wawerczak's in deep, really does a good job. He gets the shot off here. Nagy's well out of the net. Makes a great kick save, puts a rebound in the corner just like you're supposed to do it.
Wawerczak will stay out there with Olmstead and Wright, Tucker, and number 2, David Ault, on defense. Southgate with Patterson, Matthews, and Gehring up front. Prado and Zimmerman. Here's Wawerczak off the faceoff, a shot. Waist high, glove by Nagy, and he'll hold it out. Really not the hardest shot in the world, Andy.
Not a hard shot, but the puck was on edge, and it was sort of a knuckleball, and you never know where those kind are going to go. And Nagy looked real good on that one, no problem.
3:39 left in regulation. The faceoff in Southgate territory. Now Crane is coming out for Grosse Pointe South. He's going to play on the right point. So a little gamble here. Tim Zimmerman going with an extra forward. Down by 1 with 3:35 left.
And Crane now pitches in.
Crane keeps it in right point. Drops it for right. Now Wawerczak a shot. Went wide of the net. Now Gehring tries to get it out. And Patterson will. Down the ice, this is Matthews. Working on Crane. Good play by Crane to knock it into the corner. The forward did his job. Now Matthews in front for Gehring. A shot by Zimmerman. Save made. And he made another save on the rebound by Matthews. And Nessler has been outstanding tonight.
Great play. I don't know how Nessler kept that one out. Great play. Great shot by Zimmerman, too. Nice and low, right on the target. Brian Crane made a heck of a play to get back on that one.
Crane came back, made a good defensive play, but Southgate persisted here, Andy.
Here's the shot by Zimmerman. Nice and low, right on the target. Great skate save. Got a bouncing puck. And Nessler gets his glove on it to stop play. Great save by Nessler.
Now Nessler taking a break, as well he should. He has played a fine game, and what could be his last game for Grosse Pointe South. Of course, it's sudden death or sudden victory in the playoffs.
I see Crane's out again on the left side.
Well,
double shifting.
He's going to be out a long time, I think, with the Blue Devils down by 1. We'll see what happens. Now it's Quinn playing it up on the boards for the Blue Devils, and they'll clear it out to center ice. Here's Crane, checked by Gehring. Crane persists and dumps it in deep in the Southgate zone. His call behind the net, being watched by Zimmerman. Now Pappas in deep for his call. Zimmerman had his stick locked up. Crane bodied his man Amagoni, but here's Hayes down the ice. Right wing, took a shot, score! Hayes makes it 4-2.
That was a bullet.
And he's been close all night. Rang one off the chimes, and the man they call Gabby makes it 4-2.
Looked like he had a little bit of room on the long side, although Nessler was out of the net. Well,
we'll see on the replay. Good shot by Hayes.
Hayes makes a great shot here on the long side. Nessler well out of the net, but he buried it. Great shot.
And Southgate makes it 4-2. 2:37 left.
Well, Coach Zimmerman will have to get real aggressive here and have those defensemen start pinching in if he wants to win this one. He's got the clock working against him now.
Wonder if they'll pull Nessler. It was Hayes, the goal scorer. Time at 12:23. Now Burke in his own zone. Grosse Pointe South down by 2. They're desperate. 2:30 left. Wawrzyk at center ice. Dumping it into the zone. Fell down on the play. He was checked by Landis. And the puck cleared out of play in the middle of a lot of our good fans here at the Yak Arena. Slow coming in crowd at the beginning, but we've got a packed house now, and it's going to be like that all week here at the Yak Arena.
Grosse Pointe's going to have to start taking some chances now. They're going to have to start pinching. They're going to have to get real aggressive, put 2 guys on the puck all the time.
Tim Zimmerman will send out right. Wawrzyk and Olmstead up front. Tucker and Auld on defense. Nessler stays in the goal for now, but he may be pulled as time winds down. The Titans will dump it deep in Grosse Pointe South territory. Now Patty thought he kept it in, but it was on the other side of the blue line in neutral ice, and that's an offside. So we've got 2:09 left in regulation, 4-2 Southgate.
Looks like Tim Zimmerman's over there setting up to pull his goalie. He's writing something down on the pad there. I don't know what he's doing exactly, but he only has 2:09 remaining in the game.
Well, I would say the first thing they got to do is get it down in the Southgate zone.
No question. Here they come.
Now Auld couldn't get it out. Kept in by Wright. Wright for Southgate. Dumps it in front of the Grosse Pointe South net. Auld behind his net. Here's Crane, left wing boards. Plays it ahead for Kiskall. Kiskall dumps it in. Nessler stays in. Now they still battle in the Southgate zone. We've got 1:35 left. And now the puck is gloved ahead, and that's an offside. And that's an infraction on the play. So goals in this game for Southgate by Patterson, Goering, Wright, and Hayes. And for Grosse Pointe South, Olmstead and Wawrzyk. We've got 1:35 left, and Southgate with a 4-2 lead as we see Tim Zimmerman and now the goaltender Kevin Nessler.
And I think Zimmerman used his timeout earlier in the game in the middle of the second period, if I remember correctly. No, here we go.
They're going to get one now. Okay, let's get into the heads of the coaches. We've talked about Tim Zimmerman for a while. We see Nessler going to the bench. What is he going to tell his team? He's going to draw a play out right now.
Well, I think Zimmerman's going to have his boys dump the puck in deep, put 2 guys on the puck, and tell his defenseman to pinch 90% of the time. And it looks like we're going to see the play right here. It's a good thing Frank DeCristofaro can't see this, but I think Zimmerman's going to have his guys throw the puck in deep and put lots of pressure on, and have his defenseman pinch on the wall and try and keep that puck in deep and cause some traffic around the net, maybe get a bounce and try and jam one home.
On the other hand, if you're Frank DeCristofaro, you got a 2-goal lead with 1:35 left in regulation. Obviously, you want to win the face-off, keep the play along the boards if you can.
I'm telling my guys, if I'm Frank DeCristofaro, to keep the puck over our blue line, get to the red line, dump it in, let the clock run. Always keep one guy back all the time.
So that sets the strategy for the final minute 35. Don't count Grosse Pointe South out yet. They were down 3-0 early in the second period.
We got an empty net.
And Nessler has been pulled. So Grosse Pointe South will go with 6 attackers. And they send out Kiskall, Crane, Pappas, Burke, Tucker, and Wawrzyk. The Titans with Patterson, Wright, Crowley, Landis, and Zimmerman.
Looks like they're going to try and get the puck to Crane. He's set up for the shot. The other 2 guys are going to block out.
Wawrzyk lost the draw, and here's Patterson dumping it down the ice. It'll go wide of the goal, and icing will be called. That's the jeopardy of dumping it down the ice. and really a play that Grosse Pointe South would like to have, the face-off down in the offensive zone.
If Southgate can hit that puck off the boards, it'll never make it with all this snow this late in the game, and I think they're going to have to try and get that puck over on the boards, keep it out of the danger area.
It'll be Kiscalt on the draw as we see Tim Zimmerman one more time.
He wins another one.
Now a shot by Burke, left wing, went high and over top of the Grosse Pointe Southgate net. Now Crowley gets it out to center ice. Minute 20 left. Here's Crane over the line, lost it. He was checked by Gehrig, picked up by Zimmerman.
Good play by Zimmerman.
Eric Zimmerman dumps it to the Grosse Pointe South blue line. Here's Crane for the Blue Devils over the line. Bodied by Gehrig, takes it in deep. Lost the puck, hit Zimmerman in the process, and we'll get a stoppage in play with exactly 1 minute left in regulation in this game. Southgate with a 2-goal lead.
Kiscalt is really good on these face-offs, and I think he's won about 90% of them tonight, and he's going to take another one here.
Kiscalt, Wawrzyk, and Burke up front. Crane hunched in the slot. Pappas is out there also along with Tucker. That's the 6 players out for the Blue Devils. Now Patterson on the draw against Kiscalt.
Another one.
Kiscalt won another one, but it went to Crowley. Crowley skating down the ice. Took a long shot. Score! And it's 5-2 Southgate.
Kiscalt did a great job there to win that draw, but no one was there to get it. And Crowley got the puck and just shot it in the open net.
It'll be Crowley, probably from Patterson. And the time of the goal, 14 minutes and 7 seconds. So Southgate has a 3-goal lead now. And although I guess they were expected to win this one, I feel for Grosse Pointe South, they've played a good hockey game, made a good account of themselves. We'll see the goal right here.
Kiscalt does a great job on this face-off, but Crowley gets loose and makes no mistake. Bullseye, dead center.
So it's 5-2 as Patterson draws the only assist on the goal by Crowley.
Penalty here, holding.
Now Cook for Southgate is going to get a penalty. He had a good grip on Kevin McCracken. Pretty good takedown in the Southgate zone. And Mike McCall makes no mistake. He'll call it holding with 44 seconds left. So unless there's an absolutely terrific miracle, Southgate Anderson will advance, and they'll play Wyandotte Roosevelt later on in this tournament. And if they win that, they will be in the final of this regional. And it is that their opponent in the final is projected to be the Trenton Trojans. As we're getting another stoppage in play, and presumably a Southgate timeout.
Timeout Southgate. Well, if Frank plays this one right and can keep the puck down in the Grosse Pointe end, it'll be just a matter of time here. 44 seconds remaining in the game. Play it very conservative. Looks like he's setting his strategy now.
Okay, you can see this on TV3 Sports. The sports desk, of course, with Bob Zahari and his cast of thousands, including the men in the locker, the Ninja Man, and all those good people. Wednesday, 6:30, live only and only on TV3 Sports. Check it out. Check this game out. Andy, we've got 44 seconds left.
It's been a great game. We've had great goaltending, just as we predicted. Specialty teams was a factor in this game. I think we've had 3 power play goals at least, and it's been a great game.
We will be picking 3 stars at the end of the game, and of course the first star will be the Taylor Trophies and Sporting Goods player of the game, and we're going to have to confer for a few moments after this game. A lot of candidates for that first star.
Absolutely. I think Grosse Pointe South has about 3 or 4 guys that should be considered. Wawrzyk had a strong game. Olmsted had a strong game. Nessler's been strong, as Southgate with Nagy and Zimmerman.
Now Burke keeps it in.
There we go.
Centered in front. Wawrzyk a shot. Pappas a shot, and they score. Scramble in front of the net. It might have been Pappas, who's been snake bit all night long. Looks like he finally knocked it in. And it's 5-3. And hang on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Eric Zimmerman of Southgate is questioning, but it's in the net.
No question about it. This is a great play by Grosse Pointe. A shot through the screen. Nagy's forced to go down. He can't see the puck. Here you'll see him butterfly. He's down. The rebound comes out, and Pappas just buries it.
Might have been Crane on the assist, but I think Pappas finally scored a goal. He's had several glorious scoring opportunities all night long.
I think we're going to see Nessler leave the net again.
14:24, the time of Grosse Pointe
See what
South's
happens.
third goal. Nessler halfway between the circles.
And there he goes.
Now Crane dumps it into the Southgate zone, and we'll get a stoppage in play. And pushing and shoving as the boys are getting a little physical here. And we don't need to see this. This has been a fine hockey game.
Looks like Crane and Gehring. Wheeler's directing the players to the bench area.
Officials doing a good job separating the combatants.
Great job. Looks like Nagy and Crane, no, it looks like Gehring and Crane. I'm sorry.
Let's take a look right here.
Here's Crane in the middle here, and I think you'll see Nagy, or I'm sorry, Gehring.
They're discussing it right in front of the penalty bench. Let's hear what Rick Wheeler has to say.
We don't have an answer for you yet. Just a minute. We're going to talk about it first, okay?
Control. No. Okay, what do you got?
It's Gehring for sure.
That's fine. Okay, 22 over here, 20 over here. Okay. First of all, we got 22 for Southgate. He's got a minor rough. I have 20 for South, Grosse Pointe South. He's got a minor rough. I have 17 for Southgate. He's got a minor for a cross check. Okay?
So what's going to happen here is Grosse Pointe South will have another power play.
And a face-off in the Southgate zone.
Because it's going to be Crowley and Gehring for Southgate off for 2 minutes, and just Crane for the Blue Devils for 2 minutes. Time of these penalties, 14:33. So Grosse Pointe South down by 2 with 27 ticks left. And hey, if they could pop a quick one here within the next 5 seconds.
They're back in the ball game.
Absolutely, and I've seen it happen. Kevin Nessler, the Grosse Pointe South goaltender, will go to the bench. Tim Zimmerman, the Blue Devil coach, masking nothing. He's just going to go ahead and pull Nessler. As we see it there, the Grosse Pointe South net is empty.
And we got Kiskall back out on the face-off. See what he does here. Is he going to go deep with it, or is he going to draw it back?
Now Patterson on the draw with Kiskall, but it's Olmstead with a shot that went wide. Zimmerman for Southgate, plays it off the glass, not out. Now they continue to battle.
Good call, right on the line.
Burke kept it in for Grosse Pointe South, but it's Eric Zimmerman dumping it down the ice. He scores! And it's 6-3 for Southgate, their second empty net goal of the evening. We'll take another look at it, but Zimmerman just kept whacking away until he found an opening and finally scored.
This puck takes a strange bounce, but nevertheless it goes in. You'll see it bounce in the middle of the net here.
Time of this goal, 14:52, just 8 seconds left in the game. It's 6-3 Southgate.
You got to hand it to Grosse Pointe South, though. They never give up in this game, and they're still working hard with only 8 seconds remaining.
Well, they weren't expected to do anything this year in the world of high school hockey in Michigan, and they've come up with a fine season. Hats off to Tim Zimmerman and his group. Tim's a friend of mine, and I'm happy to see that, because no one works harder in this game at this level than Tim Zimmerman. And he's got every right to be proud of his group.
Looks like Frank DeCristofero's talking to the officials here.
Well, he's going for that extra call in the next game. That's what he's doing. And I say just drop the puck now. Rick Wheeler and Frank are sharing a couple laughs together. And this one's just about all done. Now Burke down the ice for the Blue Devils. Plays it off the skate of Patty, picks it up, played it into the Southgate zone, and the buzzer sounds, ending the game. Southgate Anderson wins tonight by the score of 6-3 as we see the Titans around goaltender Rich Nagy.
Well, if you wipe off those 2 empty net goals, it's a 4-3 ball game, and it was a great game, and I think Coach Zimmerman has to be proud of his guys. They worked real hard, and they never quit.
So, the Southgate Anderson Titans will advance in the Region 4 Class A Regionals. They win tonight by the score 6-3 over Grosse Pointe South. Their next opponent will be the Wyandotte Bears. As we see the two teams offering congratulations, the Southgate Anderson Titans will advance and the Grosse Pointe South Blue Devils go home. We're not going home quite yet. We'll come back with the 3-star selection and a little bit more when we return on the TV3 Game of the Week. Welcome back to the Yak Arena. The Southgate Anderson Titans have kept their dream alive for a second Michigan High School Hockey Championship. They've won